equipment again. And I just want to add a few things here, if I can, to what we're going to do on the flight today. I thought we have a small delay here. There are about 36 planes ahead of us. We were scheduled to go out at 11:30. We'll be going out about 2 o'clock. But there's plenty of food and drinks aboard. And I know there are a lot of people right now saying, "Oh, gee, no." But you'll be surprised. Safety rules here that we have to abide by. We may try to sneak off across the highway there and maybe go against regulations because this is an unscheduled flight. We might have a few thrills for you and get to see the traffic a little closer. But we certainly got a beautiful day, friends. There's not a cloud in the sky. We do have some turbulence over Chicago to the extent that what we call in the air heavy lightning. But it makes for a different day because I might add that most of our trip will be sunny all the way, with the exception of Los Angeles, which our weather report right now, and that can change. It does change, as you know, I don't know if you know that or not. Perhaps you don't, but I'm filling you in rapidly. It changes on the hour. Right now, Los Angeles is socked in, and we're scheduled to land in San Bernardino at a military base. But that's neither here nor there. We've got good flying weather up to Canada, and for our Canadian friends on the CBC, we'll be landing in Manitoba for about 20 minutes, which, incidentally, I did want to say that we brought along candied maple leaves for you fellas from Canada, which is going to be part of your dessert. I've got to take off now, friends. So it's just one of those things that's on our list today. I mean, we just can't taxi all the way to Chicago, you know that, because traffic jams in the tunnel. And our wings are a little big. But we're going to go over now to the, normally that we go out on the regular ramp. I think it's ramp 6A we take off from, but we're going right down the highway. And it's just devil-may-care. And take off from there, so I'll speak with you later.
Some critics were later to ask why. Others were to adjudge sad. But the mood at the moment is buoyant and champagne painless. You begin with us an experience new and bewildering, which it will take us 2 weeks to tell, and which took 4 days to happen. You have landed at Los Angeles Airport. You have plunged with Jonathan Winters, Sid Caesar, Milton Berle, Mickey Rooney, Ethel Merman, Terry Thomas, and Dick Shawn into a lavish wingding during which movie critics from the world over will be entertained to a fare-thee-well and suitably prepared for the world premiere of an unpretentious little 3.5-hour Cinerama comedy called It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. As a film, many of the honored visitors found it questionable. As a title, no one could argue. It was indeed.
Long time.
By actual count, as the phrase goes, Stanley Kramer employs 114 comedians in his new motion picture, but that total counts Jonathan Winters only once. Anyone who knows Winters knows that's a disgracefully short count. He is actually 114 people himself, and he or they agreed to lead us safely through the 4-day festivities in Hollywood, which last month preceded the first glimpse of Mr. Kramer's film.
Monsieur. A wife? You have a wonderful husband.
Thank you very much.
You don't like Hawaiians, do you? You don't like Hawaiians.
Gee, Jonathan, we have to stay together. There's a lot of very few people with an accent around here.
You see?
I hoped you were going to have Steve do the thing. You know, I would have loved Steve Allen to do anything but,
How long do you think we've been doing that bit? How long do you think
we were doing that bit? 35 years. 35 years.
35 years. Sister Dad, told him the cord.
Sure. He came over to me and wanted to say, how are you, miss? I said, nice to see you.
I know it. He's giving us the...
Wait a minute. I'm Dr. Renfrew. Albert Renfrew. A lot of people have asked me about this film. I had nothing to do with the film, frankly. I'm the man that built all the seats here for the party. I've had some famous people sit in my chairs. Remember that, Dr. Renfrew, Grand Rapids. I'm glad I got that plug in. Our chairs are breakaway, and when the stars want to break away, they break away with the chairs. That's a little furniture funny. Sorry. That's all the time I have for now, Senator. Man has a strange stick here trying to pick up my voice.
Oh,
It's all right. This is my friend who makes the furniture with me. I was just talking. This is Brainerd Ginglow.
Yes.
We make these chairs for the stars,
Where?
right, Brainerd?
Right.
All the stars, the people
There's
are
only
sitting here.
one leg on each chair.
Only one leg.
Yes.
And you sit there on that one leg.
Yes.
You don't sit long, right,
Right.
Brainerd?
Peg leg base.
Brainerd designed it.
Peg leg base model is our model. He's our road. Do you remember him? Peg leg base.
I had no word of that.
That is so much fun. God,
A doll. This is my friend, Jerry Kagan.
Where do we sit, Mr. Howard?
I am over here somewhere.
I don't want to sit with
my little bride.
I want to sit with children.
That I admire Sid Caesar. I like him. I know him for many, many years. And I think that maybe for the first time, this movie, Mad World, and Stanley Kramer will give justice to one of the most outstanding talents which we have in this country and maybe in the world.
You know, so this is right. Don't you like that? Remember John Wayne?
Ivan, baby, how are you?
Fine,
Jack,
you?
where'd he go? He's gone. Jack? Oh, he's gone. But you, baby, I hear have you seen it? I hear that's it.
He's going to dance with me. Do you mind? Incidentally, Ethel Ohio. Stanley Kramer is dancing with my mother. That's, you know Earl Kramer, Stanley's son? You look very good.
Earl. Well, Mary says hello to you. Mary Matthias. She opened in the show and it closed.
One of the outstanding features of Sid Caesar's talent is great humanism.
I think it's very sneaky of Kramer not to let us see it until the opening.
You know, the one I did is MGM.
That's what we had.
Gee, I'm dying to hear. I haven't heard it.
You'll hear it plenty.
I haven't heard it.
I didn't pinch you or hit you.
Stanley's uncle, Earl Kramer, and the man who financed this picture. I want to thank you, sir.
Yeah. We're going to get dividends, boy.
I haven't seen your good nephew.
Well, he's around
He's a
here
little busy,
someplace.
I guess, isn't he?
Right, he's talking to the big shots, you know, Rosini and Foreman and Picker and so on. He hasn't got time for these lousy actors.
Would you? Oh, what? Would you send me a couple of them, please?
Sure.
Oh, thank you. I'd love to take them back to New York Monday with me.
Ruth, come here, darling. You know Mac David, who wrote the song.
Thank you.
And the Great Merman. You look like Judy and
Anybody? No, we don't.
Judy and June.
Oh, I saw that. You want to be Judy? I got to be Judy.
This what makes us believe in everything what he shows us, even when he imitates a just newborn baby.
Comedy is a grim business.
I believe that he was a newborn baby.
I tell you to watch comedians sweat out, perspire, trying to make a piece of timing is mean. It's grim.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, imagine I am a newborn baby.
Nobody handles these people beautifully.
And 2 minutes after, we believe that he was just born.
They all got their own television shows now because I made them.
the comedians don't get the
We
girls.
never get the
What's
pretty
that about?
girls.
We
How
do
is
always
that?
get the pretty girl.
No, we don't.
As I said before, I don't know what to say. Believe me, I really don't.
If you would just remember not to lose any
Lenny.
more weight, you would be dynamic. Dynamic, fella.
I'm going to be gig young stand-in if I can.
God bless you, Sid, and give us many more pictures.
Get what you see.
They will tell you they're all dressed up. That's what they claim in this mad, 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 mad world.
Our portrait of a press junket continues when Milton Berle, Ethel Merman, and Jonathan Winters confront and confound the press.
Back away, back away.
I know, wait a minute, Turner. Listen, Milton, I don't...
Yeah, you're the radio. Where are you? You're in Lima. You're not here. Right. All right? Okay. Okay. Hello, Pepe. This is Terry Thomas speaking to you from Hollywood. I'd like to congratulate you on the 10th anniversary of your radio show. Good show.
Release the hand.
Will you sit down,
I'm
Mickey,
sitting
please?
like a don't you...
Don't you make...
Hoy volvemos a encontrarlo en ocasión de el estreno mundial de la película El mundo es tan loco, 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 de cuyo reparto forma parte él. Aquí está frente a Radio Panamericana, Terry Thomas.
Ah, hello. By the way, it's a terrible pity that my wife, whom I married only a few weeks ago, isn't here, because she does speak Spanish.
¿Tu esposa habla español, Terry?
Yes. Yeah, we met actually in Mallorca. She's English. She's very English.
We're going to distribute the tickets for the press preview tomorrow at noon, right?
That's right.
Sunday at noon.
Suggest that we get an armed guard from the front of my room so that we don't lose the tickets.
No.
In the theater more.
No.
That's what to begin with. We don't.
I found a mistake yesterday, and the funny part of it is that the mistake involved the executive vice president of United Artists, our company, and one of the vice presidents of United Artists. We
have given
them
them away
two
to
seats,
somebody.
And the seats weren't there, they were given away, and I am worried sick how far this goes into the whole seating arrangement.
Okay.
It was exactly that led to the problem with the foreign press when Arnold started to say, are they sitting?
But when we think of the great star, the New York Giants, you know, speaking of the great passer.
Tell him about me.
Well, I'm going to get to you in an hour. What is his name? Tittle. Y.A. Tittle. I was just informed, sport fans, this is another great man. Biff Elliott. Biff Elliott. Well, I'll be right with you, Biff. God love you. Thanks for coming today. Getting back to you, Flip, how do you think the Bears are going to fare this season?
I think they're going to be very warm in the summer.
Is that a football funny?
You're talking to the wrong man. I'm the zookeeper, sir. I'm with the Eagles, real Eagles.
Ted, damn it, I told you to get the right people. Get the right people. I'll have to go on then. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Do you mind if I sit here?
No, stay with us now. I put $700 into you in transportation. I'm going to lose you now. At least you'll be a living prop for us.
You throw the Spanish guy
Buddy, we got to set up the stars on this side.
You have to set up the stars on this side.
We got it all set that way, right?
Okay.
In my wildest moments, thought that he would certainly wouldn't use beasts that weren't doped up. Could you tell us something about your wildest moments? Well, my wildest... You mean, of course, in the picture? Yes. Well, in shooting the Green Jungle, I did want to get the title in for Sir Ashley because this is his last movie. As you know, he's retiring and going to Zanzibar. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was typical. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Just a moment.
Okay.
Al, you mentioned the problem about the departure on Sunday.
Yes.
The baggage. Now, what do you want?
Monday.
On Monday.
Insofar as the baggage, so there'll be no slip-ups, there'll be no problem. We had good luck coming out, right? We have new baggage tags now. Yeah, knock wood. We have new baggage tags now, so again, as everybody brings their bags downstairs, we'll have Addie, Wally, John, Leo, whoever will help us. And as John Jones brings his bag down, we know who they are. We'll put Chicago or New York or Florida, whatever it is.
I work, as I say, for all the kings. Steve Allen is a big, big talent in this country, as you know. And I worked for Gary Moore, everybody but Mr. Sullivan. I just didn't get a chance because he called upon the American Legion rifle team at the last minute. They fired blanks into that Sunday night audience. I don't know exactly what they do there, but I've often said this for what it's worth. I would much rather be saddled between Jack Parr, Peter Ustinov, Terry Thomas than some juggler and the rifle team. But that's neither here nor there. To get to your question quickly about movies, I have said this for quite some time. I have wanted to do movies desperately. I have been labeled, for some reason or another, just a man that does sounds by many people. Oh, Johnny, you're great at doing the sound of the arrow or the screeching car. Sid Caesar, in many respects, for my money, is the king of sounds, although we've got people like Walter Lantz, who has done Woody Woodpecker, and another guy who does little mice out here. I can't think. Made a fortune at it, anyway. I've been making sounds ever since I was a little kid. Sure hasn't. But I did my sounds for a reason when I came into the world of show business. With movies in the back of my skull, I wanted to enhance that verbal picture as much as I possibly could. And that's why we have sounds in movies. And I was painting little verbal vignettes. I was playing the grandma, I still am, the Indian, the sound of an engine, a waterfall, if possible, with a beaver crossing it. I took the part of a turtle crossing a highway, so that if nothing else, maybe I'd be used in a voiceover cartoon as a turtle.
We'll tag them with new tags. We'll rip the old tag off. In fact, we don't even have to ask them because we know where they're going. If we see a name Giroux on there, we rip Giroux's old ticket off and put a new ticket on with the color. We have blue, white, and yellow. So that we hope there'll be no problems on that, too.
But they won't be big ones.
Yes, there will. There is one is a classic. I can't tell you, unfortunately. It's a great book.
The Joe Valachi story. Who's Joe Valachi? See what I mean? See what I mean? He's a singer.
How do they know when to bring their baggage down and where?
We're going to have a designated room for them. We'll put that in the sheet, too. Designated to bring it down to a certain part of the lobby.
Well, when are they going to know?
Well, the schedule of events indicates the baggage call, and that's going to be the simplest part.
In the picture, I wear a whole lot of costume jewelry around here, and the earrings and the bracelets and the ring and everything. And Mrs. Marcus is always yelling and screaming and hollering and hitting Milton particularly. And this one day, I hit him, and he went, ooh, my head. And he had this thing, this little grove, which is still there, you know.
Yeah,
and it was there before I hit him. No, it was.
Oh.
And he blamed me, and he said, what have you got in that bag? And I said, nothing. And I give you my word, I believe that I did not have anything in the bag. Well, unfortunately, the wardrobe department had put in an extra set of costume jewelry in case something broke.
That's all.
And I went, how? And he got hit with all the jewelry. I didn't know it was in the bag. That's true, Milton. You know.
I don't think you wanted me to finish with it. I think...
Well, you had to. You were married to my daughter.
Al, I have one question. Both on Charter 1 and Charter 2 of the foreign group, there is a percentage of people who are staying on in New York. Now, how will those be tagged separate from those that would automatically go to Air France?
You don't have to worry about it, Barry. I'll tell you why. When those bags come into New York, we will have the list there. Hassel will have the list there of who is staying over, who is going to Idlewild, who are going direct to their homes. Like
here's some more lists.
Belly and a couple of them are going direct home.
Right.
We know about that, so we'll have another gang in New York who know our procedures. We're going to do it, and
here's some more for hotel lists. Rooms.
Oh, wonderful.
These are telegrams that have just come in from the front. As you know, I'm General Arthur D. Sebwell, and it hasn't been easy, friends. This is a program called We're Here. And it's certainly, please don't misunderstand, a copy of the program that's been on other networks, so if you are there, this is called just simply We're Here. These gentlemen around me are assistants to me in this grim grim situation of war. They're discussing their families, the situation at the front. And these are some of the telegrams that have come from the families. When will you release Ben? Well, Mrs. Davidson, we're not going to be releasing Ben. No, he's a prisoner of war. On our side.
You know what he was doing, and you stuck a mic right under his nose, and you're photographing and shooting it. Now, that is not, to me, that is not news. If you want to interview him, you ask questions. You weren't asking him.
Okay, I think that's about it. Now we got to get downstairs to the other.
Can I go?
Yeah, go.
Well, you don't know the word, what the word news means. Well, I do. Well, I'm asking you a question, and you can't answer it. I ask you, is this a press conference? Is this part of a press conference here? I don't know what he was going to do. Well, what do you think he's doing? You're not being honest with me. Well, you're not.
That I have been doing all over the country. I did summer tents this summer, and I did amphitheaters, and I did Lake Tahoe, and I did Las Vegas, and I did Miami Beach. And this is the close of the first half of my act. And then the others, like Kick Out of You, I include that in the act, but I do complete renditions of them. Now, tonight at the show, I'm doing Kick Out of You tonight. I'm doing that.
One of the great extraordinary things is how they've got everybody here, you know. Now, where have you come from?
New York.
Oh, I see, yes.
The Gallimore, that's it. I did the Gallimore show on Friday nights. I'm staying, yeah. Oh, yes, I'm staying there, yeah. I haven't made up my mind. I'm here for conferences with Screen Gems.
Oh, yes, of course.
If we can duplicate this kind of jazz all over the world, we will have earned our money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that in the Daily Sketch right now. Okay, enough of it. Come on, let's go downstairs. This whole thing may be falling apart.
You saw Jerry Lewis last night. This was a bad show.
Well,
this was the best, well, you don't naturally, but this is the best show probably he has done yet.
What do you mean? And like for a few years
You were in Denver. You lived in
Yes,
Denver.
yeah. Oh, no, I never said I was going to
You
retire.
didn't. You were misquoted.
No, because as a matter of fact, I did 2 pictures.
I thought that was the end of it, really, that I really said all my verbal goodies. But I'll just march out through here.
Don't kid around too much.
Don't kid around too much, George? We're living in the world of comedy.
Don't put me out. Hey, George?
And here ends our winter's tale and trail. 2 days more of preliminaries lie ahead before the world premiere of It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. We'll resume this chronicle of a press junket in next week's Telescope. Milton Berle, Jonathan Winters, Phil Silvers, and Mickey Rooney are featured in the second half of this informal portrait of star-stunned confusion as Stanley Kramer unveils a gigantic comedy and reaffirms for some his reputation as a producer of serious films.
Glad you didn't single anybody out, because I would have quit. Unless it had been you. Thanks, Timber. They needed that job. You're a fair man. I don't fool with anybody by the name of Kramer.
Jonathan? Getting very egotistical, very
You're an
extraordinary man.
You made it?
Where are we going?
Telescope has been brought to you by General Motors of Canada, makers of Canada's most popular cars and trucks, and Frigidaire appliances.
Now step into the lobby for what